welcome back to another episode of the South by East podcast where we discuss scriptures, culture, and everything in between. Brail. Man, look. Sometimes you send me some stuff that I just, I think I sent this one to you.
I think so.
I think I sent this one to you.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to hear your thoughts on this, man.
So the pic says, Timberland officially signs his first AI artist, Tata. The A-pop, artificial pop, not K-pop, the A-pop singer. Timberland's new AI record label, Stage Zero, will combine human input and AI to create new genres of music. Fam, what? Listen, for one, Timberland is not your friend. He is the enemy. Every time I look out, bro, Timberland done stole somebody's beats online. Like Timberland took somebody's beat on IG.
You know who Timberland is, right?
Who?
Walmart.
Timberland's Walmart. Timberland's Walmart, bro. Yes,
bro. Timberland is greater value.
Yes,
look,
bro.
Fam,
bro.
This is what Walmart do. Like, oh, you can't get on the shelves anywhere? Come on, put that in Walmart.
The next thing you know, they get the great value version. They undercut you.
Like they undercut you just under what you selling.
Bro, Timberland literally was online, grabbed a beat, somebody else's beat online, took it, sampled it, put some different drums on their own beat, and was like, yeah, and like it goes viral. Everybody goes in, and then the original producer is like, hey, fam, why you steal my beat, bro? Like I wish he would have just asked me about it. And then Timberland does another IG live, and it's like, you know who asked me for that beat? Cameron. Cameron called me and asked me for the beat. You should be thanking me. And the producer was on another podcast. It was like, I have Cameron's number. I've sold beats to Cameron before. This is not helping me. You're just stealing my music. So yeah, Timberland is the enemy. Like I love his beats. Him and Magoo getting it in. You want me to come, but this is not it. However, with this AI piece, I feel like this is just Daft Punk with Timberland getting all of the proceeds. The issue that I have with AI music is that we still haven't figured out how to pay real people the money on their publishing. And especially with where the administration is now, it's going to take forever for us to get laws to properly regulate AI.
While we were filming this a little bit, you know, the House had initially passed the big, beautiful bill, sent it to the Senate. It passed by one vote while we were filming today. Mm-hmm. But because of the reconciliation process, it's got to go back to the House. One of the things that's in there, I don't know if you realize, is where states cannot regulate AI is one of the deals that is in the big, beautiful bill.
Like I said, it's ridiculous. But like the AI, I've been looking into a lot of like AI as a music generation tool.
Yeah,
I don't really have a problem with it. During the battle with Kendrick Lamar and Drake last year, you know, somebody accused Drake of getting reconstructive surgery to get his abs looking right. And another rapper took to Instagram Live and was like, well, we're going to start calling him BBL Drizzy. Because he's got like the butt shot like injections in his stomach. And like it took off. So then like Metro Boomin, one of the producers who had an issue with Drake, came and did an AI generated song called BBL Drizzy. It sounded like an old school sample. And it was hard. Like it was hilarious. But he sampled it like a regular song. And so there's still that human input that comes in there to make what's going on. I think Timberland could do some amazing stuff with this. On a musical side, I'm interested. On a musical side, I've got an AI generative tool on my phone right now, and I'm like, how can I create samples? How can I do creative things? The issue is going to be, how do we get real people paid? And since we are not regulating AI, how do we have laws that protect people from going like, ooh, I like what you did. Hey, recreate what he did, and I'm going to go sell it. Right?
You know, it's one of those deals, man, you got to have some healthy guidelines and guardrails in there.
You got to.
One of the things that came up since I've sent you this is that the Urban Alternative, which is the name of the ministry that Dr. Tony Evans leads, had to release a statement because someone has been using AI to pretend to be him to record sermons and post videos online. And I'm gonna tell you something. When I look at, one of the things, I try to stay up with the AI technology and stuff, and I think there's some good uses for it. And you know where I sit with that.
Yeah.
But when I see like they're starting to roll out samples of what AI is capable of now, and I'm telling you, some of the latest stuff, bro.
You talking about the deep fakes?
Oh man, you used to be able to so easily tell, but now like they got comedians doing live stand up in front of audiences, and it is.
Bro, that's crazy.
And I'm like, fam, this is so dangerous. And so it's like you got to have some guardrails. I love the creativity piece. I believe that it's not the technology, it's the user.
Yeah.
You got to look at some things, right? But man, I'm gonna tell you, when I saw that thing from the Urban Alternative, it scared me because I'm like, you know how people take things and run with them, and they don't. And people will see something that somebody could totally put something out there that doesn't fall in line with our theology or our teaching,
right?
And put it out there and use that technology for it. And we have witnessed time after time that people don't slow down enough to ask questions.
No.
They'll believe what's posted.
But we've had an issue with authenticity, honestly, since the dawn of the internet. Since the dawn of the internet, what actually started, I don't know if you know, so do you know what a 360 deal is?
Yeah, we talked about it before.
Yeah, for anyone at home that doesn't know, a 360 deal is when an artist signs a deal with a record label. That record label takes a portion of everything that has to do with your likeness. If you get a tour, they take some of that money. If you go work at McDonald's, they can take some of that money. They take everything that has to do with who you are as an artist. The 360 deal came about in the music industry because the music industry used to make their money off of artists touring, and CD sales. So you had record sales. When the internet came out, the artists would make the artists would make their money off of touring. The label would make their money off of CD sales. When the internet came out and people started, the dawn of Napster, when people started saying, oh, Napster and LimeWire, I could just put the music out here, the industry said, no one's buying CDs anymore. They're going and pirating all the music. So now we have to take more money from the artists and everything else they do, or else we can't recoup on the cost that we're spending because people can just take the music. Since the internet came out, since the internet was invented and we had the opportunity to share misinformation, we have. And we as a society have not been good at determining what's true and what's not. That's why we have full classes on how to not just research, but how to research and actually cite things properly on the internet, because there's a lot of places where you can find information. You can find articles, you can find stats that are simply not true. And AI is just another step in us moving forward in technology before we put the guardrails in place to be able to keep people safe. And so I look at it and I'm like, people gonna do what they gonna do. And it's like, yes, we gotta get the guardrails in place. Yes, we gotta, man. But it's like, I also look at it and I'm like, man, we've been doing, like deep fakes have been happening for like almost 10 years now. And now the AI technology is even stronger. But I'm like, it's been a problem. But until we say that we want to put the law behind it and actually put real regulations in place, it's going to be a problem.
Bro, it's just some of the stuff I'm seeing now, you can kind of spot a fake or whatever else. These ain't parlor tricks anymore, bro. These are.
But you don't have people messing with tapes since Watergate, man. Like, people been editing tapes since Watergate. I'm like, we just, there's something in the human heart that just loves to be deceptive. That loves to be deceptive.
I'm gonna tell you how it happened before then. In the New Testament, where the guy had saw Paul cast out, people they say, "Hey, Paul, we know. we don't, right?" And he was like, We don't know.
No, we don't know.
And so, man, there's always been this tendency to want to copy and different things and pirate and just look at something. And that's the deal is, man, it's the heart of it. With AI artists, different things of that nature, it's crazy. I don't know why you would get pleasure off of imitating the sermon, man. I'm like, look, fam, you can just go ahead and write the sermon that you plan to write and put it out there. And I can understand not being able to rap like Tupac and sound like Tupac.
Right.
But the sound of Dr. Tony Evans' voice is not what has caused him to get influence in the ministry. It's him actually being in ministry and studying the Word of God and
saying things that are substantive that have an impact on people's lives.
And if you feel like you have that, you don't need his face to do it. I just don't understand.
But that's never the motivation. You know that's never the motivation. Like that's never the motivation behind these things. Like with this, I think the Timberland with this AI, with this A-pop, it sounds silly even saying it, but with this A-pop artist, I believe that Timberland really wants to do things that are innovative. And even before this existed, Timberland made More Than a Woman. Timberland was using babies crying. Timberland was always being innovative and creating more sound. And so this is just another tool for him to do what he's always done. And there have always been people out there that want to impersonate and discredit and destroy people. And this is also a tool for them too.
Yeah, it's one of those deals though where true maturity comes by saying like, this is possible, but does this really, what's the word I'm looking for? Edify the culture.
Right.
Just because something is possible don't mean you should do it.
Yep.
You know, we've had that discussion with some of our ideals. You like
just because you could,
you know. So here's the deal. So I will give them a quick one. So recently, for Father's Day, the theme for our Father's Day service was reimagining fatherhood.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I got an idea. And so I started searching on Amazon, and I was gonna buy a grill and a dreadlock wig and arms that had me with sleeves. You know, you could buy the tattoo sleeves, and I was gonna buy like fake facial tattoos. And I said, hey, what if I come out dressed like Lil Wayne, and my whole hook is gonna be stunned like my daddy? And what do you think about that, Brail? And I was for sure that Brail was gonna co-sign on this ideal of reimagining fatherhood by me tying in Lil Weezy with stunned like my daddy. I just needed him to be able to say, yeah, I'm gonna get the bald head, the costume, so he could be Birdman out of here. And he was like, bro, that sounds funny, but we gotta talk some more before you actually put that in place. And I already knew. We didn't even have to have a conversation. I just went back to my Amazon cart and I just deleted all of it because I already knew what the conversation was gonna be about. Because I was like, he wasn't gonna co-sign on that foolishness that I was about to pull out.
No, it's like, hey man, it ain't gold every time. It ain't gold every time.
So, it was all right. We came together with something. We figured something out.
Yeah.
But he didn't go with the stun like my daddy theme that I thought would have been pretty funny for Father's Day. And so that's why you need a pump the brakes friend. You need somebody to tell you when to pull up.
Yeah, you do. Man, one other thing, man, before we close out, man, there are some really cool examples of AI. If you're a producer, there's an app called Suno, Suno. I'm messing with it some myself and be able to create things. And then, if you haven't, look up what Lupe Fiasco is doing with an AI computer at MIT. So Lupe Fiasco has a residency and he teaches classes on hip hop at MIT, and he has actually been feeding raps into this computer. They're creating a system where it learns how to generate raps like a top level, high level lyricist, and will help teach other people how to learn about lyricism, because rap is one of the most incredible and high level manipulations of the English language known to man. It is. They've been writing books around ebonics and how rappers pull together their lyrics. It's incredible. And he's being able to now translate that into the digital age so it can be used to teach other people these concepts that are pretty innate within the African American culture, but it's been hard to teach them without you growing up in that space. And so I think that's a great way of people using AI to translate culture and to be able to train and bring people along in a high level of a craft. And so it's good and bad. It's good and bad. It's a tool. So
it's a stunner.
If you've been stunting like your daddy, we want to hear about it in the comments. Now, let us know where you at with AI. How is it hitting your industry? I know there's other stuff out there that we haven't heard about, haven't seen. We would love to see some from you. Post your favorite clips. We might end up pulling one of them out here and doing them on the show, giving you a shout out here on the show. So hit us there. Continue to comment, like, subscribe, follow us on your favorite podcast spot, and we'll see you next week
in the intersection.
Thank you.